If you like watching wildlife and nature shows on TV, you're going to be in heaven starting tomorrow with 24 hours of nature programming. It's going to be once a week. It's on BBC America. They're going to call it Wonderstruck for those 24 hours. And according to Susan Kresnicka, she's a cultural anthropologist, apparently they've done research and they found that nature can act as a sort of a therapy for humans.
Right. I can see that.
We conducted research that asked our participants to give us feedback right after they watched this type of content. They weren't taking a survey or a poll. They weren't in a lab or in a research facility. We had them share feedback when they watched this kind of content on their own time in the course of their own daily lives. And they told us about how they felt right after they finished viewing. What were the emotions they experienced? What were the thoughts it left them considering? And so we took all that information and we heard our research participants talking about these distinct and really powerful benefits that they received. They described feeling a sense of relaxation and calm, feeling a heightened sense of gratitude when they watched this content. Our research participants who went into their viewing in an anxious state, 91% of them said they had a reduction of anxiety when they watched this type of content, which is really astonishing. It's a really powerful tool for calming ourselves down. Beyond that, they also talked about this amazing sense of awe and feeling small compared to the grandeur and vastness of the natural world that they were able to see in this type of content. And we thought that was really important because that sense of I'm just a small part of something bigger enhanced their feeling of connection. And heaven knows at this moment in time, anything that can make us feel more connected to one another seems important and really worth creating opportunities for us to experience.
We have to be honest, sometimes it can be a little unsettling when nature takes its course, and I'm referring to dinner time in the animal kingdom. That's when I have to look away.
Yeah, I can tell you we were really interested in how viewers reacted to the difficult things in nature, whether it's combat or, prey and predator, or whether it's death and loss. The strange thing that we found is that people, when you're watching it in this context, we don't actually get the same sense of sadness or the same sense of loss that we would get if we were watching that happen at a human level. And I think it's because we see those forces as part of that bigger scheme. We see that, predator-prey relationships and death and birth, right, that it's all part of this larger cycle. And it helps us not judge it quite as much. It just is, rather than something that that's judgment worthy or that we feel that we should that we have to put ourselves into in that same way emotionally. So there was a sense of distance and acceptance. We even had people who said it helps me navigate those types of things in the human world because I remember actually that's part of what's going on around me in nature.
That's Susan Kresnicka. She's a cultural anthropologist. I never thought I would interview a cultural anthropologist. But
super cool.
She's fascinating. And if you want to test this theory, or maybe you just love nature shows in general, you can watch BBC America on a Saturday, and it'll become what they call a micro network. It'll be, for that 24 hours, will be called Wonderstruck, and it's 24 hours of nature programming.